Hi everybody, it's me Jill and welcome to Jill Informed. This is the recap of the Real Housewives of New York City, Season 11, Episode 12, Luann Land. Oh guys, I think we're in for a real treat. I can't wait another minute. Let's get started. We start off, as usual, where we left off last week, with Luann and Bethany kind of going back and forth about her leaving Luann's performance on Halloween night. And Bethany's like, "You're being narcissistic." And Luann said, "Okay, I don't mean to put it in a bad way then. I wish you were there to celebrate me." Everyone else is chiming in and going, she was there for 3 hours. Bethany, she looks at Dorinda and she goes, "Let's have lunch at 1 o'clock. Okay, at 1:30, if you're not there, I'm gone." It's basic math. Oh my God. Luann now, she's like, I felt bad. And Bethany said, "So you say something about my daughter?" And she goes, "I didn't mean to say anything about your daughter." And Bethany said, "Well, it made me feel bad." Luann, "Well, I felt bad that, I had my performance and nobody was there." Oh my God. The only person that left was Bethany. Are you saying that the only person that mattered wasn't there? Dorinda, Sonja, Tinsley, everyone's like, "We were there." And then she tries to backpedal and go, "Oh, were you? I don't even know who was there. I don't even know who stayed." You spoke to Dorinda right after, so at the very least, you knew she was there. Oh, Luann is struggling now. Bethany said, "Okay, listen, we're not all staying here in this house. We're going to be in," did she say separate cabins? I don't know. Anyway, whatever she said. "So now that we're all together, I just want to get this out right now. These women in this group told me that when we were up in the Berkshires, that you said you were going to leave and that Dorinda shouldn't have saved the room for Queen Bee Bethany. And if she got the room, you were going to leave." Luann, Well, does Queen Bee have to be a bad thing? Yeah. Oh, that's right. You said Queen Bee as a title of respect. She is struggling here. Oh, you got to hand it to her. She does not give apologies. No, ma'am. She said, "Well, it was the first time I had been back there since I..." And Bethany's like, I. It isn't all about you. We all have lives. We all have things going on. And Bethany goes, "Oh, Dennis died, so give me the best room. You don't make everything about you." And she said, "Well, it was between me and Dorinda." Bethany goes, "Then be mad at her." And she goes, "Well, I was mad at Dorinda, but then you got thrown under the bus." And Bethany goes, "Okay, so you are..." Luann, "You're sorry?" Luann, "Well, I'm sorry you didn't get to see me perform." Oh my God, you guys. Okay, now Bethany's phone rings and she goes off into somebody's bedroom, plops herself down on the bed like a 16-year-old, and she's all giddy and excited. "Oh, I'm good, just hanging out with a bunch of girls." It's Paul, her boyfriend. I hope we get to see him. She gets off the phone and Luann comes in the room. Bethany's like, "Listen, you know what? We got in the weeds. It was too much. All I want to do, listen, I wanted to be there for you. I think I'm trying to be a good friend. I think I am being a good friend." Luann goes, "Yes, and I need you to continue doing that because I need someone I can trust." Oh my God. She's so tone deaf. Like, read the room, Luann. I don't even know how you could hear your friend say that and not go, "You've been a really good friend to me, and I want to try and be that to you too. And I'm sorry I haven't been." Right? Oh my God. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys use the word delusional, but it's, it really applies here. Okay, I feel like Luann kind of gets to the heart of the matter a little bit, which is Bethany has been there for her in a really big way, and she wants it to continue because that felt very good. when she was at rock bottom and Bethany arranged this intervention and was really, really there for her. She must have had to in some way put her own life on hold a little bit for Luann. It kind of seems like Luann wants that level of attention to continue on, you know? Obviously that can't happen. That couldn't happen with any friend. Nor should it. That's so one-sided. But maybe that's what's going on in Luann's mind? I don't know. She did give a little bit of an apology when she said, I was hurt. I threw you under the bus and I shouldn't have. I'm sorry. But she didn't agree to the whole, like, Bethany wanting the relationship to be on equal footing where, you know, yeah, you want to trust me, but you could trust me. I've been there for you. I also want to be able to trust you. It's a two-way street, and you really haven't been doing anything for me. Okay, so now Tinsley, Bethany, and Dorinda get back in the car, and they're heading to their hotel. Now Barbara sidles up to Luann and said, you doing okay? And Luann goes, oh, yeah, I'm fine. And she goes, that was kind of rough back there. And she said, it's fine. And Barbara goes, I mean, they were really screaming at you. Somebody's stirring the pot. We're going back and forth a little bit with the ladies in the car now saying, that wasn't like too bad, was it? And Bethany's like, I mean, it's not like I attacked her. Dorinda goes, no, it wasn't like sink your battleship or something. Tinsley said, absolutely no, it did not attack her. Back in the house, Barbara, you were like attacked. However, she then said, that's why I kind of stayed out of it. And Luann goes, yes, I noticed you kind of were quiet over there, just letting me sink or swim. In Barbara's confessional, she said, I feel like I've always been Luann's soldier. I've always been there for her, but she needs to stand up for herself. So whose side are you on, Barbara? And why are you on this show again? Could you refresh my memory about that? Ramona has come now, and she's staying at that place too. They all love it because they have their own rooms and they think it's cute and they're gonna have a drink. And anyway, Ramona comes in and she's like, hello. She goes, I brought a cake. I don't know if it was her birthday cake. But in her other hand, she's got a big shopping bag with flowers. And I brought flowers. I was going to bring it to Luz. They were from her birthday celebration. She brought the flowers home and she's like, yeah, I thought we could put it in the rooms. She had a big birthday party with other friends, excluded these women, as we now know. At least for sure, we know Sonja was invited. And she said no. No. So she excluded these women from going to her birthday party, and now she's bringing the flowers from that party as a gift to Luann. I mean, listen, I know she got the candles. Oh my God, that reminds me. Oh shoot, my memory is so bad. If this was you, just leave it in the comments below. Was it Melissa? Was it you? Anyway, one of you guys said, did you notice how she only bought 2 of the 3 candlesticks that was a set? How tacky. And I did notice that, and I believe that I even had it in my notes at the time, but I forgot to mention it. So yes, I didn't love the candlesticks myself, but that's just a matter of taste, whatever. But then she went and split the set and just bought 2 of them. I couldn't believe it. She asked how much they were, and I'm going to get this wrong, but I'm going to say it was like $120, $85, and $65 for the different height. And she said, oh, yeah, that's great, because I was going to spend about $200. And I thought, okay, I mean, that's going to be a little over $200, but yeah. No, she only bought 2. Probably so that she would exactly spend $200. I mean, that's pretty bad. It's not like she doesn't have anything for Luann, but now, in addition to those 2 candlesticks, she's bringing her flowers from her birthday party that she did not invite Luann to. I love her. Oh my God. Over at Luann's house, Sonja is getting ready for dinner and she's in the bathroom curling her hair and really feeling herself. Oh, wow. Oh yeah. I look good tonight. Yeah. Oh, Bethany's going to say, wow, Sonja's really got her shit together. Okay. I haven't seen the final product, but I'm telling you right now, I somehow know this is not going to go the way Sonja wants it to go. Oh, guys. Sonja comes out of the bathroom. Barbara sees her and just cackles. And Sonja's like, oh, stop. That's stupid. Shut up. That's stupid. And then Barbara has nothing to do but say, I'm just kidding. I like it. It is, I think, she said she was drinking. So is this how you fix your hair when you're drunk? I've never done that. But it's big. And it's a little... Did she tease it up, maybe? I'm nervous because I don't want Bethany to say anything about it at all. Although it is kind of like one of those things where you can't stop looking at it and you have to say something. I hope Bethany's kind. Anyway, everybody's heading off to dinner now. Okay, so fun fact, this is the town that Ramona grew up in. She tells us, I grew up just 5 miles from here. And she's telling the ladies, that's where I had the funeral dinner for my mother when my mother passed. And this is the whatever. She's pointing out all the places. I'm sorry, the cake was to celebrate their birthdays, Ramona's own birthday, and Bethany and who else's birthday is it? So they get there first, and Ramona gives the cake to the hostess along with birthday candles. She does love to celebrate her birthday, though. We know that. Okay, Ramona's freaking out a little because they are seating them at the exact same table that she and her family used to sit at when she was a kid growing up. And then we get to see a family photo. I'm thinking that Ramona is the girl on the left. Her dad has his hand on her shoulder. I'm thinking that's Ramona because that looks just like Avery, doesn't it? All right. Ramona's childhood, not super great. Her father was abusive to her mother. Her mother died 12 years ago. Her father died 10 years ago. She hasn't been up there since her mother's funeral. She made all the arrangements for her mother's funeral 12 years ago. And then when her father died 10 years ago, her brother had him cremated, so she didn't go to that. I guess there was no funeral or anything. We get a flashback to like 2009 or something, and she's saying that she had just finally reconciled with her father and they had a really great time, and then 2 weeks later he died. Apparently in his will he left everything to one of her brothers and one of her sisters, and there was a statement to Ramona, whatever her real name was, I leave nothing. And Bethany's like, oh. Okay, so Luann, Sonja, and Barbara are in the car heading to the restaurant now. Sonja is like already pissed at Ramona because she didn't get invited to her birthday party. And you know, Sonja is the one that was mentioned by name, that the other friend that had the party for Ramona said, I'd like Sonja to go, and Ramona said no. So I don't know if Sonja knows that or not, but maybe it's just that Sonja knows these women well and feels like she should have been invited, but Sonja's pretty like upset about not being invited. More so than like Tinsley or Bethany. I don't think Bethany cares. I don't think Bethany would have gone anyway. Back at the restaurant now, they were talking about afterward that they want to go back to Luann's neighborhood to see this 80-year-old singer. Everyone's like, oh, we have to drive then all the way back there and then come all the way back to the hotel. Ramona goes, oh, no, forget that. I was in the car for 3 hours. I'm not doing that. So I don't know what's going to happen. I kind of want to see that 80-year-old singer, though, you know? Oh, okay. The hair is not going over well. They show up at the restaurant now, and Tinsley's like, oh, new hairstyle. What did you do? Did you, like, flip it? Or she goes, no, I used, what is it? What do you call that, Lou? Luann, a flat iron. Yeah, I used a flat iron. Dorinda, you look like you got electrocuted. Here's the thing. It looked a little full and a little ratty to me. I don't know how that happened with just a flat iron, because a flat iron usually just makes your hair smoother in general. You know, the more she keeps like fooling with it and moving things around, the worse it's getting. I think because she used a flat iron to curl, and maybe she was like going in the wrong direction. You know, sometimes you can do that where you just get like a kink in it. You know, well, listen, we didn't see the whole process, and there was alcohol involved. So I can't really say for sure where things went wrong. I can only say that things went wrong with that hairstyle. But, she tried something. Listen, she was drunk and she didn't burn herself. How about that? Let's give her credit for that. Anyway, so now everybody is settled down at the table and Luann goes, isn't it great, ladies? And Bethany said, this was her table growing up. This is where her family sat. Luann, ugh, you're not going to have a meltdown, are you? Tinsley's like, that's not nice. She was very emotional about it. Oh, God, Ramona. Luann asked Ramona about her party. So how was your birthday party? And she said, oh, it was great. All the ladies were there and my very best friend Marla. Sonja goes, I know Marla too. After she's talking about a little bit, they said, yes, we saw your pictures on Instagram. And then Sonja says, Marla knows me very well. She knows me from Monaco and she didn't even invite me to your party. Ramona, because she knows she was invited. And she said, well, I don't know. I didn't do the list. Oh my God. She is going to be so busted for that reunion. I cannot wait. Even though I'm always disappointed at the reunions that nobody really takes accountability. And, who am I kidding? Ramona's not going to care. It's almost part of why I love her. So Sonja said, but you were the birthday girl. You didn't want to tell her there are some people I would like to invite? And Ramona goes, well, I'm having another party. There's going to be another birthday party for me with another 30 girls. So would you like to come to that? Sonja, oh, you just want to patch this up real quick, don't you? You just want to Ramona-size it. Across the table, you hear Dorinda, ha, Ramona-size it. Okay, so now we've moved on from Ramona's birthday parties, plural. Ramona said, I'm just so glad we're here in Rhinebeck. It's such a special place. I really love it here. Luann's like, oh. And then she has to go on and say, Kingston isn't quite the same. That's where Luann just bought her house. So I don't care what you think of Kingston or what you know about Kingston. Wouldn't you keep that to yourself? I mean, listen, Luann deserves somebody who is just as rude and self-centered as she is. No doubt about it. But still, it's just so cringeworthy. Oh yeah, Kingston is, it's kind of depressed. Luann, no, Kingston is like hipper. Ramona, not really. Side note, I think that Sonja Morgan is one of the most beautiful women on this show, by far. But she does not look good tonight. And I'm not just talking about her hair. I don't know if it's that she doesn't have her glam squad with her. I don't know if she's had too much to drink or if something has been mixed with the alcohol. I'm hoping not. But she's not having a good night here. Anyway, Luann she's handling it a lot better than I would. She said, no, it's nice. And, there's restaurants. It's very low key. There's things to do. And in fact, you're going to see tonight. So Dorinda said, would you be terribly upset if we didn't go back with you tonight? So Luann is like, oh, come on, guys, I planned this for you. I set it all up, and they're really now all chiming in. Well, not Tinsley. I think Tinsley's too afraid to say no. But Ramona and Bethany are now backing up Dorinda and saying, we just want to hang out here. Let's just hang out here. And Bethany goes, listen, we came to see you. We came to see your house. And we came to hang out and just relax and have fun. In Bethany's confessional, she's like, oh my God, not everybody loves cabaret. And that's okay. It's okay to not love cabaret. And she said, can't we just hang out here at the table where Ramona had abusive dinners with her family? Then the cake gets brought out for a happy birthday to Ramona, Bethany. I thought there was somebody else too. Only Ramona and Bethany blew out the candles. And then Luann's like, all right, let's go to the cabaret. I don't know who's going to show up. We are at a commercial break right now. So do you think they're all going to go? They should, I guess. In Luann's confessional, she said, I went to so much work to make this happen. I highly doubt that. Okay, so it looks like Tinsley is going to the cabaret with Luann, Sonja, and Barbara, and Dorinda, Ramona, and Bethany stay in Rhinebeck, which is where the hotel is and where that restaurant was that they just ate at. Ramona's giving them a little tour around town, and they go into this restaurant called Terrapin, and Ramona tells them this was where she had her mother's funeral dinner because it was her mother's favorite restaurant, and she's crying, and I'm thinking, oh my God, are you guys sorry you didn't go to the cabaret? They're both being really supportive, but I'm not sure that's the relaxing night that they were looking for. Oh my God, her sad story gets worse. Her father was abused when he was a little boy and then abused her mother, and her brother died in a car accident. It's a rough story. Okay, so now over at the Crown, which is the bar that has the cabaret performers, we see the owners, and they're just in fabulous, sparkly outfits. In Tinsley's confessional, she goes, only Luann would find the bar full of queens in upstate New York, in this little town. Luann had met John, one of the owners, when she was shopping for furniture for her house up there. She said, oh, and lo and behold, he's got this bar, the Crown, that has cabaret performances. And they are just fawning over Luann. You look so gorgeous. And I'm thinking, oh, well, this is what she loves. She is in her element now. We're going back and forth between the two places. At the Terrapin, Bethany said, do you know what the name of this place is? And Ramona said, Terra something. And she goes, Terrapin, do you know what that means? No. Turtle. Then we get really old footage of turtle time. And so Ramona is just like, oh my God, I'm going to lose it. They're funny. Back at the Crown, there's this guy with like long curly hair, and Barbara's like, oh, who's he saying hi to, you or me? Sonja's acting very strange, like reprimanding in a way, like, oh my God, Barbara, we just got here, just relax. And so Barbara asks him, who are you saying hi to? And I think he said, I'm saying hi to you. What were the choices? Her and Luann? Oh, maybe Tinsley. That would make more sense because this guy looks, I don't know, he looks too young for even Tinsley. But he definitely looks too young for Barbara. I'm sorry, Barbara. And Luann? Is he Luann's type? Not exactly. Oh, maybe she did have the Johnny Depp pirate. So, all right. Oh gosh, back at the Terrapin, the conversation is so much fun. Now Dorinda is asking Bethany about her father. You didn't have a good relationship with your father either, did you? And Bethany's like, the worst. And Ramona said she never had a relationship with her dad because she never knew what she was going to come home to. Dishes flying, him in a rage. Bethany said that her mother was smaller than she is, tiny little thing, and he used to beat the shit out of her. Yeah. Back at the cabaret, so Margarita is a trip. She wears a crown. She's got like bright burgundy colored hair. She's very colorfully sequiny dress with a boa, and she said, I am Margarita from Cuba, and I come here because this lovely lady, Luann, brought me here. Wait, what? I thought this was where Margarita performed. I didn't know that Luann brought Margarita in. Now I'm thinking maybe Luann's planning was a little bit more involved than I thought. Did you guys think, like I did, that Margarita was just a cabaret performer that like performed at this place regularly? And so they were in town and they were going to go see her? I didn't know that like she was brought in specifically by Luann. Anyway, she goes on to say, I don't sing, but I'm going to try to sing. What is happening here? I thought she was a cabaret singer. Hold on. Two things. Luann, I'm remembering, did just say that she plays the keyboards. Maybe I just assumed that she sung. And two, Luann doesn't really sing either. So, maybe this will be all right. Okay. Guys, if you'll indulge me for a moment, I would like to give a little impromptu performance as Margarita. Hello, hello, hello. Money can't buy you class. Money can't buy you class. I like incest learned, my friend. Thank you. I'm not sure what to make of it, but, I would imagine with enough alcohol in you, that could be a lot of fun. Forget what I said about Margarita. I might not have understood what was happening there, but it was a hell of a lot more fun than what's happening over at the Terrapin. And you guys, listen, I have all the empathy in the world for them. I really do. I'm trying to be funny and snarky, but it's because this conversation is horrifying. Bethany's childhood story, she said, well, my mother was no better because she tried to kill herself in front of me. She blamed me for everything that was wrong in her life. I'm 7 years old. She told me I ruined her life and that she would stay with these men because of me. She took her to Europe and she get mad at her because she didn't want to go out with her. She was in nightclubs at 14 years old because her mother wanted somebody to hang out with her. I can report this stuff back to you because I'm recapping what happened on this episode, but I don't know. I have nothing to say other than to just tell you this is what happened because I don't want to start crying. I'm trying to be light and fun and funny, and I'm trying to be a little break in your day, but this conversation I got nowhere to go with it. You just have to take one look at Ramona and Dorinda, the look on their faces, to realize how bad this is. Because, Ramona does not like Bethany. Well, it's mutual. The two of them are not each other's favorite person. So you can see that it's getting to Ramona too. In Ramona's confessional, she said Bethany's barriers are down, and when she's vulnerable like this, she just seems so much more approachable and so much more real, and she's recognizing the similarities that they had in their childhoods. Could this be a little bit of a breakthrough for those two? It's not a bad thing for them to have a little empathy toward one another. Okay, back at the Crown and that show. I've never been so happy to get back to something like this. Now, Sonja and Luann have joined Margarita. It's all coming clear now, isn't it? This whole thing was just another way for Luann to perform. And because of that now, she probably is really upset that Bethany didn't come. Anyway, they're all singing along with Margarita, but in Margarita's, money can't buy you class, money can't buy... Elegance is learned. I mean, it's a crazy. I don't know how you sing along with her version, but they are. And Tinsley's in the audience, and she's like, best rendition of that song ever. Okay, so it's the next morning now. Dorinda and Tinsley and Bethany are having a blast the next morning laughing, but Bethany looks rough. And she's making fun of Tinsley because Tinsley looks as fresh as a daisy. And then she's making her do the version of Margarita doing Money Can't Buy You Class. Here's the problem. Tinsley's doing it with the right melody. Tinsley's going, money can't buy you class. But that's not how Margarita did it. Dude, Barbara got with that guy. Now we're over at Luann's house, and Sonja said, oh, Barbara, you have to tell us about that guy you were kissing last night. And it's the guy with the hair. Really? He was into Barbara? How did that happen? All right, so now all the ladies who were staying at the hotel have packed their bags in the car, and they've driven over to Luann's house now, and Luann is making a nice breakfast buffet. And they're comparing notes about, the night before. They're filling them in on the cabaret and Barbara's boyfriend. I admit, I'm still a little shocked. Okay, so Barbara can't stay for breakfast. She's the first one to leave, and Luann said, I'm bummed that Barbara had to leave first. But, it's just a couple more hours and then I can just chill. It's been exhausting. Bethany is really hungover. She's laying on the couch and she's not going to eat any breakfast and stuff. And they're talking about how, the two of them opened up last night. Oh, I should say that Luann opened the candlesticks from Ramona and she loved them. Now, she didn't know it was 2 of a set of 3, but Anyway, Ramona was saying it was great because she opened up, and Dorinda said they really have a lot of similarities, those two. Bethany must have really drank a lot. That must have been how she could get through, like, telling her story, you know, because I don't think I've ever seen her this hungover. I don't know how much time has elapsed, but it didn't look like anybody ate anything. And then Bethany said, yeah, we should hit it. Luann goes, oh, you have to go so soon? Yeah, we know you want them to leave, Luann. We heard your confessional. And Ramona goes, it's only 11:15. And Dorinda said, I have to get back too. I've got a black tie tonight. Dorinda got up and she goes, oh, don't give me that. I got here at 11:30 yesterday. You got here after 5. And she's like, what? And she goes, I saw you give me that look, that attitude. Oh, this is going to be a fun ride back. I guess Sonja and Luann both saw it too. This discussion goes on too long. Dorinda doesn't like being told that she's overreacting to something, so she kind of goes off on a little tangent. And she said, so don't do that. If you put my hand in a fire and I say, ouch, don't be surprised that I reacted. Don't be making faces at me. And Ramona said, I'm very expressive. If everyone got mad at me every time I made a face, I'd have no friends. Oh my God, you guys. All right. So this turns into Dorinda just like purging all this stuff that's been like bottled up inside her about Ramona. Now we're talking about the charity event for New York Loves Kids and that speech, that horrific speech. She goes off onto the angel ball and how she ditched her there, and they're yelling back and forth, and it's everything is coming out. They are just vomiting these ugly things at each other, back and forth. You interrupted my speech. Well, you did this. And then Dorinda said, I was just trying to get the point across at the charity event so that that law could get changed. I wanted to make sure everybody knew what was happening. So I wanted to just make sure that point got across so that everybody could help to make that law change. And Ramona said, what you said was beautiful. Dorinda, well, then what's the problem? Ramona, there isn't a problem. She started it. Sonja. And Sonja goes, you were upset about it because she interrupted you. Ramona, yeah, but I got over it. You guys, on a dime, this turned against Sonja. Now both of them are going after Sonja. And Sonja's like, what just happened? Ramona goes, I was over it. You brought it up again. Dorinda goes, Sonja, you like to stir the pot. Luann, oh yeah, she looks innocent over there, but she's a pot stirrer. This was amazing. I have never seen anything so quickly turn from a really very heated argument between two women to, oh, we're okay, now we hate you. Wow. That would like spun my head around. You guys, it's all good. Bethany said, Dennis used to say, it changes so quickly. They're fighting over there, and now the fight's over here. And everybody starts laughing. Everybody. Sonja, even though Ramona still said, why did you bring this up again? And Sonja's like, oh, go ahead, put a brick on me and throw me in the river. But they're all laughing. That's friendship. That's where this episode ends. That's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment. I would love to know what you guys think. And I'll be back next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central Time for the next recap of The Real Housewives of New York City. I hope I see you then. Bye.